All right.
Welcome back. You know what time it is. The Fan in the Van podcast time.
Outside
Wondering where we are? Central Islip Courthouse.
Yep.
Don't worry.
We're
None
not
of
at
us got
court.
arrested. Don't worry, Dad. I didn't get
We're just here
arrested.
to watch the Ducks game, boys.
Don't worry, Dad. It ain't like that time where I called you when I was in East Meadow at lockup and you called me an idiot and told me, yeah, we already know. Okay? No, we decided for Father's Day that we're going to go to the Ducks game. We were supposed to go last night, but the rain, bada beep, bada boop, whatever, they didn't want to give me a refund. Give me tickets for today, and we get to sit near the dugout. So, you know, I got some things to say to the Ducks head coach. I tell him, why don't you come to the Bronx? Come to the Bronx. Because Aaron Boone can get ejected all he wants. What spark is that really fucking creating, huh? Ain't creating shit. Ain't creating shit. But we'll get into the Yankees a little bit later, but...
Let me start off with the Islanders. Mr. Pollock with that beautiful save at the end to save the game. 3-2, tied up 2-2, going back to Tampa Bay.
I told everybody, and I told my old boss from one of the stores I worked in, I said, you know, this is going 7 again, but unlike last year, I think it's going to be a different result. I think the Islanders managed to pull it out in 7. Mm-hmm. If they keep playing the way they've been playing, you might as well just give them the cup now. Because there's something with this team this year that's different from last year. And even with Anders Lee going down, I think they're trying to show that they can win without Anders Lee. If you could do it without Anders Lee,
then you could do it.
Then you could definitely do it with
him. Yeah, exactly.
But as far as like the Vegas night one, the Montreal Canadiens series, I don't know. I don't know if it's tied or if Montreal's up, but Vegas is playing to win.
Yeah, Montreal's up 1, and I think in overtime they won. So I think it's 2-1, 3-2.
Well, yeah, because they're going to game 4, so it'd be 2-1 Montreal now.
2-1.
And it's funny because Carey Price and the Canadians are 9-0 when they score more than 2 goals. So you know what Vegas has to do? It's not let them score more than 2 goals.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that.
Well, Canadians.
Fleury's got to stand on his head.
Yeah, man. Vegas, they're not going out quietly. So,
but I do have to take on, and people are probably like, "Oh, you guys haven't done a podcast all week." Blah blah blah. So much has been going on. Yeah, listen, we know a lot's been going on. You know, work. People are tired. You know how it goes. So I got to take to light what Tampa Bay Rays pitcher Tyler Glasnow had to come out and say. We all know about the substance crackdown policy. And he's blaming that on his UCL injury in his elbow. Okay, first off, asshole. No, that's not why you tore your UCL, because you cheated. Okay, all right. I don't think Garrett Cole would be out there saying it. I don't think if the holier than now Jacob DeGrom got caught, and then I don't see him saying that about his shoulder injury. He came out and said it's from swinging a bat. Okay.
Blame it on the ball. Oh, all
right.
My shoulder fucked up because you guys can't let us use the ball.
What's so funny with the sport of baseball is this. Is in 98, we all knew everybody was taking steroids. Even before 98, we all knew guys like Lenny Dykstra and Canseco McGuire were all juicing up.
Canseco, definitely.
Okay.
That.
Everybody enjoyed it, but knew they were cheating the game. Major League Baseball turned a blind eye to it because it was recouping revenue they lost from the 94 work stoppage.
Yep.
Okay, all well and good. And here we are years later, and now MLB wants to crack down on something else that they created. You created it.
You got a point.
You created it, the Spider Tack bullshit, because you let these pitchers use it. But you know what? What's so different from Spider Tack as opposed to just your natural body sweat and using a rosin bag? It'll create the same exact effect. I'm not a scientist and I can figure it out. I'm not Bill Nye the Science Guy over here, but I just figured it the hell out.
Well, there was almost another no-hitter yesterday.
But here's what's comical, and this is where I give Carlos Rondon of the White Sox all the credit in the world for speaking up. He said, you're gonna suspend pitchers 10 games for cheating, but you didn't suspend not one Houston Astro player. Exactly. Not one.
Even after they came out of the middle.
So, if I'm Rob Manfred, I find these things they call balls, go back and start suspending Altuve and Bregman and Carlos Correa and everybody else. Go do it. You fucking...
And Garrett Cole's on the Yankees, so you can leave him the fuck alone.
I don't think Garrett Cole was even involved in it. He was pitching.
I was just saying.
It just really comes down to all the people that were at the plate. Michael Brantley even. Suspend him. I don't give a shit.
Fuck him.
And then we had the Nets lose. But I'll tell you something. Listen, Kyrie going down hurt him. Harden not being 100% hurt him. Durant carried this team. They lost literally by a toe.
Hey, guess what?
By a toe. But Durant carried that team, and for everybody who sits there and says Durant's not the man, he can't be the man, he can't carry a team, go watch game 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go watch all of them and see what Durant does in games 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go watch them, because everybody wants to come out here and they want to say Brooklyn is the most hated team now, they're the most annoying team in the league. But it was okay when LeBron was doing it.
Yep.
That was fine. But now all of a sudden it's, you know, oh, well, Blake Griffin quit on Detroit. Who the fuck wants to play in Detroit? Who?
In any sport.
That team hasn't been relevant since Ben Wallace and Rip Hamilton and Allen Houston and Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumas, freaking Bill Laimbeer, Dennis Rodman.
Allen
Need I go
Houston
on?
is a Nick to me.
Okay.
All right. Period.
All right. Harden and Durant quit on OKC. They were tired of playing with a ball hog and with Russell Westbrook. They didn't quit. They just wanted to. They wanted to branch off from each other. That's not quitting on a team.
All I'm saying is that next year, when all three of them are healthy, man, it's gonna be, it's gonna be, yeah.
You know, and then sitting there, and you know, you want to sit there and say that these guys quit and they were afraid to be the man on their own teams. Well, first off, in OKC, you had 3 people fighting to be the man. The 2 of them were the bigger ones and walked away.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll give you that. They walked. They asked to. They asked to be traded. They asked to be released. For whatever they did. Okay, that's not quitting. It's not like his Harden went out there and did this.
Well, Durant and Westbrook got into a little heated argument about when he left, but whatever about that.
Yeah, and then that's what's funny. Harden and Westbrook were chirping at each other. Then all of a sudden they're together in Houston, and it's like nothing ever happened. So for you non-knowledgeable sports fans, shut up. You know nothing. Just watch the game and pretend like you know something. Talk to your dog and be like, oh yeah, they see that. Because don't talk to me. Don't. Because this past week's been stressful enough with BS at work that I have to combat idiots on Twitter, and I can't do it no more.
The Clippers in
that one,
Utah.
That
Ooh,
one.
woo.
Listen, Mitchell wasn't healthy throughout the rest of that series. You could tell.
But that one dude, man, put up 30-some points.
And for a guy who was like a second, third round draft pick, scored maybe 7 points the whole season, to come out and take Kawhi's spot.
Mm-hmm. And put up like 30
And
plus.
not only that, the game they lost, the game the Clippers won, that put them up 3-2 when Kawhi gets hurt.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Paul George carried the team. So
that was the Paul George from old.
So it begs me to ask this question. Who's holding who back? Because to me it looks like Kawhi
is holding Paul George back.
Holding Paul George back from being the Paul George of old.
Yeah,
because Tyronn Lue probably wants the offense to go through Kawhi. This is kind of like the Cleveland Browns, where you have all this talent and you have a jerk off that doesn't know what to do with it. And Tyronn Lue has all this talent in LA that doesn't know what to do with it, because you don't even play DeMarcus Cousins as much as you should.
I don't understand why.
And if you're afraid he's going to get hurt again, well, you're not going to know
until you play him.
Until you take the risk. The biggest risk is the one you didn't take. So Tyronn Lue, congratulations, you're in the Western Conference Finals. The first time the Clippers have ever been there. But guess what? You're playing the Suns with or without Chris Paul.
Yep.
And
well,
Devin,
by that time, I think Chris Paul will be back.
Well, Chris Paul's definitely out game 1. He's definitely out game 1, which I think is tonight. It could be tonight or it could be Monday night. I forget which night it is. But I know you have 76ers Atlanta, and me and Taco from the Daily Sporting, we're talking. And as much as we both really can't stand Trae Young, you got to give him his due. He's out there playing. He's out there carrying his team. He's creating. He's creating. And, you know, kind of like Walt Clyde Frazier. He's swishing and dishing. He's got something percolating. He's wheeling and dealing. He's got something percolating. But I mean, you got to give him his due. And Atlanta's this young, hungry team. And honestly, you would have thought Philly would have wiped the floor with them. And Atlanta is pretty much playing Philly like it's Rocky Balboa versus friggin' what's his face, Apollo Creed. This is just going back and forth with Atlanta being Rocky Balboa.
Was it tied 3-3 right now?
Yeah, it's Game 7 tonight.
Wow, Game 7 is going through.
And you got to think about this. If Philly can't win Game 7
in Philly though,
who gets the blame? Are you going to say, oh, this is just natural Doc Rivers, he can never get to the big one? Or is it on Embiid? Is it on Ben Simmons? You know, and to me, honestly, if Ben Simmons is supposedly the better defender, and we said it a few weeks ago, so he's got to cover Trae Young.
He has it. Bottom line.
And the offense has got to run through Tobias Harris. It's
Exactly.
as clear as day.
Exactly.
I'm not an NBA coach, and even I know that. And I don't watch a lot of 76ers basketball, so I don't live in Philly. Okay? If I did, I probably still wouldn't watch it.
I haven't watched that shit in AI, so.
All right? So, the 76ers, if they want to win tonight, you got to contain Trae Young.
You got
to contain. Contain. I forget the center's name. Appella, I think his name is. You got to contain. Pretty much cutting down Trae Young will cut down half their offense.
Basically, yeah. You cannot be driving the lane like that.
Okay.
Those little floaters and shit.
And you can't commit these stupid fouls. You're going to have to play. It's hard to play mistake-free in the NBA, but you're going to have to do it. Doc Rivers is going to have to channel being like Phil Jackson or somebody, and he's going to have to.
Or call Phil Jackson or something.
Yeah, or have Phil Jackson just coach the team, or have Magic Johnson coach the team, or Larry Bird. And you know what's funny about Larry Bird? Not one player in the NBA has this. So he's been a Rookie of the Year. Mm-hmm. He's been an MVP. He's been a Coach of the Year, Executive of the Year, and there's a couple of more accolades he has. Not one NBA player has any of that, but that's right. White Wonder Bread from French Lick.
You're damn right. Mr. Larry motherfucking Bird.
Just saying, for those who think we don't know shit, just break that out there for you.
And Mr. Larry Bird, the only person he ever feared was the great and only number 23.
Well, yeah. And
no, I don't mean you, LeBron. I do not mean you, LeBron.
No. Well, LeBron's going back to 6.
Oh, yeah. It's better off that way.
That'll be for many. The number 6, I think, will account for finals appearances with losses.
You're correctly right. Actually, no, he didn't make a finals appearance this year. So it's still 5.
Regardless. Well, next year it'll be 6. Don't worry about it. And it'll be oh so fitting. And it's funny because how people want to, how people still want to compare Jordan and LeBron. I'm not doing that here, but if anybody watched the Last Dance special with Jordan, he said there was a quote that he had, and pretty much at the end of it, it stated, "I never pushed anybody to do something I was never willing to do myself." Mm-hmm. So.
If you think about that,
and there was a couple other things he said in there. He's like, I pushed everybody to be better. I pushed everybody to be on my level. Is pretty much what he's saying.
He made everybody better.
If you're a GOAT, LeBron, where's your inspirational speech? Where's yours?
It was to the refs.
Other than this, hold on. This is LeBron, and it's so great that we have room to do this. This is LeBron. Looks at the scoreboard. We're down 30.
Yo, you see it.
Because he's not doing this.
I know.
No, he's not doing that.
He's hanging around half court like this.
Yeah.
Talking to the ref.
And he wants to talk about coach, and everybody wants to talk about how he's coaching the players on the sidelines. Not one game when he was hurt did I ever see him talking to anybody other than doing this.
That or his face in the towel.
That's all I've seen him do was tweet or Instagram. That's all I've seen him do. That's not a goat. Goats don't do that.
When Anthony Davis went down, LeBron, you should have, you should have your goat, the inner goat in you should have came out, but no.
And it's funny because in LA, so Dennis Schroeder turned down like $84 million from the Lakers.
I can understand why.
No, because when I put the audio up on Twitter after we're done, I'm gonna at Dennis Schroeder because I'm gonna say something to Dennis Schroeder right now. You're a fucking idiot. No other team is paying you $84 million with your stupid little friggin' black and yellow hair. Nobody's paying you $84 million. Nobody's gonna do it. You turned it down from the Lakers. You're a fool. I take $84 million to play on the fucking WNBA New York fucking team.
Yeah, maybe.
And I got a dick.
Yeah, maybe he don't want to be on Lakers. He doesn't want to play in LA with LeBron.
Yeah, but if he's looking for more money, he's not getting it anywhere else but LA.
Who said he was looking for more money?
I'm Dennis Schroeder. I'm Dennis Schroeder. I want compensation for playing with a bootleg goat.
I know, with a fucking.
There's gonna be a law firm calling up and be like, yeah, we're from so and so, and if you play with LeBron, pre and post pandemic, and you didn't win an NBA championship, you are entitled to compensation. I'm just saying, because and somebody asked me why I hate LeBron so much. I don't hate LeBron the player. Okay? I hate the fact that people really sit there and argue with somebody who's been watching basketball since diapers. Okay? Mm-hmm. Since diapers, I've been watching basketball. Okay? And you're telling me that LeBron has carried teams the way Jordan has carried teams to championships and has won them. No, he hasn't. I'll give you LeBron's been to the finals with mediocre Cavaliers teams.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Okay.
I'll give you that. But again, Jordan didn't have to leave the Bulls to go to somebody else's team to get better.
People came there.
Okay? Everybody flocked to Jordan. Okay? So remember that. Okay? It's not like Jordan left and went to Boston to team up with Larry Bird and they called up friggin' Magic Johnson and
like,
said, hey, why don't you come to Boston and let's win one up here in Beantown?
Yeah,
no, they didn't do any of that.
No.
And Charles Barkley coming out and speaking of super teams, he says he don't like them and he's one that's rooting against the Nets. I love how Charles Barkley's very open about things, but he's got something wrong here. And this is what he's got wrong. He didn't say any of this when LeBron was doing it.
Yep, nope.
You're saying it now because Brooklyn's relevant, a team that should have never been relevant in people's eyes. Should have never been relevant. But here they are. They're relevant. They're relevant. And I'm sorry when players get buyouts from their former teams and they can choose where they want to go. So you want to knock Blake Griffin for going to Brooklyn.
Why? Because he wants to win a chip.
Oh my God! He should have stayed in Detroit. What?
For what? To
For
die?
What? For what? For what? So he could be a friggin' make a guest cameo appearance on RoboCop, the 55th fucking reboot.
Pull Odell Beckham, send him to Cleveland to die.
It's you gotta, like nobody knocked Andre Drummond for going to LA. Not one person that I seen knocked Andre Drummond for doing that. And guess what?
He didn't play,
ousted in the first round, Andre. But guess what? You wouldn't have been ousted if you went to Brooklyn. No, you would have got ousted in Game 7 of the divisional round. But not in LA.
Not now. Yo, I cannot wait to see LeBron wear number 6.
I can wait. I can wait because I don't care. And
that jersey, number 22 should be retired across the league. I don't know.
And did you hear this now in the NFL? So in Baltimore, they're not allowing anybody to film Lamar Jackson throwing balls to wide receivers. Yeah, we don't need to see overthrows in practice because we've seen it all fucking season. So who gives a shit?
Nobody's allowed to.
Are you trying to hide the fact that we already know Lamar sucks? like really, like they're treating this like this is Area 51. We know it exists. We know Lamar overthrows everybody. Ooh.
Hey, man.
I don't care. Because guess what? Again, I said it last year, and I'm saying it this season. Baltimore takes another step back.
They do.
You're really celebrating that you got Villanueva. You're celebrating you signed friggin' injury-prone Sammy Watkins. Who cares? Sammy Watkins will be hurt by week 3. He'll be out the rest of the year. Andre Villanueva is going to sit there and regret saying what he said in his stupid little press conference, taking shots at Juju and Claypool and everybody else, and he's going to wish he was wearing number 78 in black and gold instead of in that dumb, horrible, vomit-colored black and purple, purple, black, white and purple, white, black and purple. Those colors are hideous. Fucking hideous, Baltimore. You are hideous. I can't. I'm sorry. I just hate the Ravens. It's like, as much as I hate the Browns, I hate the Ravens that much more because their fans really think they have a quarterback. No, you have a running back who overthrows everybody. That's what you got. You pretty much run a wildcat system that will be figured out this year.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Like, it's just, no. Baltimore, you're not, and now for Baltimore fans to really think that Lamar is up here with Roethlisberger, not even Browns fans realize that. Browns fans know that Baker ain't up there with Roethlisberger.
No.
Listen, Browns fans, as much as I bash your team, let's be real. If I had to poll 250 Browns fans right now, you know what they probably all say? Ben Roethlisberger's our daddy.
Hey.
Because up only until this past season, the winningest quarterback in Cleveland was one that wears number 7 in Pittsburgh. Let's remember that.
Hey.
Let's remember that. Only until this past year did that get broken. Come on. Let's be real about it. Let's be as real gets here. It's just, yeah. And then you have that in the NFL. Like people are now knocking Najee Harris because he practices so much. Like even coaches are saying, hey, I got to go home now, Najee. You know what, though?
Hey.
I love it.
What did Deion Sanders do? Tape, practice, tape. That's all Deion did.
Well, you know what else he also did before games, too?
What?
He used to lay his jersey out on the floor. There's a reason why he did it, but I forget. I'm gonna start doing that before I go to work now. I'm just gonna lay my shorts out on the floor, and I'm gonna take my Parts Authority polo shirt and lay that out there, and I'm gonna be like, this is what I get to wear to work every day. You need car parts? I sell car parts to the American working man, because that's who I am, and that's who I care about. Little Tommy boy for you. But
Giants defense too, man. And, well, I know it's only like, whatever, can't, but man, they're looking good, bro. And
well,
that little Kadarius Toney guy.
This year there's going to be a lot of sleeper teams that a lot of people should be worried about, and one of them is two of them are definitely the Giants and the Jets.
If they can keep fucking...
If they stay healthy and they protect Daniel Jones, and if Zach Wilson is the real deal like they say he is. Okay.
We'll see.
But also, too, out on the West Coast, the Chargers.
Ooh, you're right.
They have the pieces to be a playoff contending team, because you don't have Phillip Rivers there anymore to never get you to the big one. You have Justin Herbert, who, honestly, I think goes on to have a better career than... Phillip Rivers does.
He already had a better first year than he did anyways. To me though, Phillip Rivers still, to me, makes the Hall of Fame, even though he didn't make it to the big one.
Yeah. But no, I think Phillip Rivers' stats alone gets him in. But they released who's going to be on the Madden cover, and for the longest time they said the only reason why they didn't do this was because it was supposed to be Aaron Rodgers, and they didn't know if he was going to be in Green Bay. So they decided to go with the GOAT and Kermit the Frog. Okay? But it's coincidental that both have already been on the covers separately, that they're on it together. I really can't knock it.
I can't knock it.
Because for all intents and purposes, as much as I can't stand Tom Brady, listen, to be 43 and still doing what you do at the level of which you're doing it,
it's amazing.
And even people saying that he could play till he's 50, and Tom Brady and I kind of pumped the brakes. He said even that's a long time, and God knows what happens. I don't think he wants to play till he's 50.
No, he'll play till he's. He'll play another 2 years.
Honestly, if I'm Brady, I got nothing left. I got nothing left to prove.
Exactly.
Could go just retire.
Well, I think he wants
to
win another ring for everybody in Tampa and call it.
There, he got one. You don't need another one. What's he on, a Roethlisberger mission? See, Roethlisberger's makes more sense. Because Roethlisberger's not doing it for him. He's got to. Roethlisberger's doing it for Juju and Claypool and everybody else who may never, who honestly, after Ben retires, they may never sniff the playoffs for quite a while.
I'm actually not excited to see play, but I want to see what the Patriots do.
Well, they're saying that Mac Jones is looking pretty good. But again, it's practice.
Yeah,
practice, but
Cam Newton will start, but 2 or 3 interceptions later, you'll see Mac Jones.
well, they're saying that that even Cam Newton's improved in training camp too, and I don't see it.
I still see that windup though.
I don't see it. I don't see New England really being. I don't see them being a playoff team.
Hey man,
especially not in this AFC East.
They won 7-9 last year.
Especially not in this AFC East, where now Buffalo just got that much better.
Buffalo is
the Jet stock. The Jet stock literally went from a penny stock to being on NASDAQ. Mm-hmm. It's literally it's in the market now. Okay. And then you have the Dolphins, who are literally a penny stock. And now they're a big money stock.
It's all up to Tua, really, man. If he doesn't step it up, they don't go far.
Well, other than the fact that one of the corners isn't happy with his contract, that he's showing up to practice, but he's not happy. Other than that, it's going to be a three. To me, I don't see it being a fatal 4-way for the AFC East. What I see it being is it's going to be a 3-way, and what it's really going to come down to is interdivisional games.
Yep.
So if Jets fans really want to see an AFC East title, you're gonna have to beat New England not once, twice. You're gonna have to beat Buffalo twice. You're gonna have to beat Miami twice.
Well, at least Buffalo once. I don't see them twice.
For me, you're gonna have to beat them twice, because then when you go to common opponents,
exactly, you have that. Yep.
You won't need that, because you'll have already had. Hey, we beat Buffalo twice. We beat Miami twice. We beat New England twice.
Yeah, and
it's the same thing with the Giants. The Giants are going to have to beat the Eagles twice. They're going to have to beat Dallas twice. They're going to have to beat Washington twice. And you're going to have to beat
Cowboys,
the common opponents.
I don't see the Cowboys being that much of a threat to us. I really don't. I just don't.
Well, with Dak being healthy, CeeDee Lamb's going to improve. If Zeke Elliott's the same, if Zeke Elliott's going to be the same he was when Dak got hurt, then I could see the Cowboys falling back and not being what they're going to be, and then that's when all Cowboys fans are going to knock Dak Prescott when you should be knocking Zeke Elliott, in my opinion.
Exactly.
Because if Dak's going out there and putting up, let's say
he put up 5,000 plus yards a year.
Let's say he goes out there religiously every Sunday and puts up, let's say, 20 for 35, and let's say
300 plus yards.
Say 340, 3 touchdowns, and here or there one or two interceptions depending on the game. Okay, and Zeke is going out there and he's rushing 20 times for 80 yards, no touchdowns and 3 fumbles. Who are you knocking there? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The big payday.
I'm sorry, but you got to knock. You have to, for all intents and purposes, you have to knock Zeke there to the point where, what do you do with him? What do you do with this contract? How do you move it? Get rid of him.
You have to, because somebody's gonna go, either Cooper or him.
And then
or
speaking
somebody.
of quarterbacks, so we all know that Roethlisberger, this is the final ride, the last ride, the Fast and the Furious saga last ride. It's not gonna be split into 2 fucking movie parts for 10. Okay, like I think this is it. So it all leads to who takes the keys from Ben.
And damn sure ain't Mason Rudolph.
And a lot of people see that's the thing. A lot of people on social media why they hate on Mason Rudolph. Okay, I'll give Mason Rudolph that he's improved here or there, and that when the chips were down, Mason came in. He helped keep the team afloat with Duck Hodges. Okay, but Mason isn't the answer.
You could tell. Just
Josh Dobbs, for as much as Melissa loves him,
damn sure ain't the answer.
he's not the answer.
I take Mason over him for that one.
Okay. To me, if they're not going to make a move, and because let's call it what it is, Pittsburgh's not going, even though the cap goes up, they're not going to have the cap space to go sign the big sexy quarterback, and they're never going to have the sexy draft pick to do it.
Nope.
So,
Dwayne Haskins.
I hate to tell you this, Steeler fans, you really better hope that Dwayne Haskins is as real as Mike Tomlin says he's going to be, because...
Well, the only person who will fucking snap Dwayne Haskins out of his little baby bullshit is Mike Tomlin.
Well, that's the thing. Tomlin says he's not worried about Haskins the player. He's worried about Haskins the person. And rightfully so, because look at how much he screwed up. Even Ron Rivera came out and he said we could have made more competition for Dwayne Haskins in Washington, which leads me now to think this. If you could have done that,
why didn't you?
Why didn't you do it? Why? Why didn't you create the...
Because Alex Smith was out there.
Like in training camp, if Haskins outshined Alex Smith and every other quarterback on the team, then why not give it to Haskins? Maybe it's a different scenario and Haskins isn't on the Steelers and Haskins is starting for Washington.
Maybe.
I don't know. I have no idea, but listen, all I know is this.
Preseason, you'll see Haskins in the preseason.
Either Pittsburgh does the unthinkable and makes a move no one sees coming.
Like moves all the way to fuck up and
like literally trades, let's say, the next 3-4 years of first or second round draft picks or a combo of them both to get the sexy name quarterback coming out this year. And I'm nope, not doing mock drafts in 2021 until after the 2021 season's done, and I see all the quarterbacks in college play. Then we could start all that nonsense. Don't start it now, because if I see one more motherfucking mock draft on Twitter, I'm gonna get banned. I'm telling you. And not only that, PFF did this like top 10 quarterbacks in the league right now. This is why Chris Collinsworth is a schmuck.
That's why
and his crew of flunkies. Okay?
I gotta hear this.
Okay.
Number 1, Lamar Jackson.
They have Lamar Baker in there. They have Lamar and Baker in there, but you don't have Josh Allen?
What? Not in top 10?
Like, I forget what it was, but it was something like they were ranking quarterbacks or whatever it was. And I see you didn't have Josh Allen in this. Okay? You didn't have Ben Roethlisberger in it. Of course, they nut hugged friggin' Rodgers and had him up there, and I'm sure they had Brady in there. But you have Lamar in like look. First off, Lamar's not Lamar. Well, interesting with Russell Wilson that was said a week or two ago. But you have Lamar in a top 5 when Lamar's not even a top 20 quarterback.
He's not even like a quarterback.
Okay,
technical.
All right, and as far as Russell Wilson, he came out and said he never ever requested a trade. from Seattle.
That's not what
So this is where, like how I say in umpiring, like in baseball or whatever sport, they need to be held accountable. What about false sports reporting?
I know. That's all I'm saying. It's like
because
I heard everywhere.
Because when everybody does their little podcasts and whatever, right, like we do and everybody else, we're going based on, because somebody asked me, how do you do your podcast? You know, how do you guys come up with? A lot of it's what we read in sports articles, and a lot of just what's going on. So like, what do you think? I just sit there and decide, oh, we're gonna bash friggin', we're gonna bash NFL officiating, even though football's not going on right now. No, because it's still gonna be the trending topic going into 2021-22 season.
You damn fucking right.
It's still gonna be the ever-ending question of when do they get it right? When do they get it right in hockey?
They won't. They didn't get it right when Jesse James caught that pass. And after that shit, man, there's been multiple times that shit happened.
Oh, yeah.
Dante Pettis and your Giants did it. Fumbled it right in the end zone. Paper's on fumble, touchdown.
Well, you know, when Brady's playing, they got to make up the rules, hence the tuck rule. So I'm with you, Charles Woodson. I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you, brother. Don't worry about it.
Tuck rule. That rule lasted a day.
And you know, so Le'Veon Bell, we talked about it last time. How Le'Veon Bell came out, he said he'd rather retire than play for Andy Reid, right? And how, and I said how, I don't know why you would have went to Kansas City. You were never going to get any playing time there.
And knowing that Hilaire was there.
Knowing that Hilaire was there, and then they had the other guy, I think Darren Williams is his name, the other running back that subs in and out for Hilaire. So Andy Reid came out, and he said, I enjoyed my time with Le'Veon Bell, and I wish him nothing but the best. And people are getting mad at this. Why? Because what people want, because it could be an idle Tuesday and sports is so boring, there's nothing to talk about. So you sports reporters want some sort of negativity out there, and you wanted Andy Reid to say, fuck Bell, like we all say fuck Bell. Okay?
You should never left Pittsburgh, me personally.
You want to be honest? It's funny how, because believe it or not, in my line of business, there's a lot of football fans. And a lot of them are Steeler fans. So one guy calls me up, and I was like, I forget who it is, but he goes, so I go, so I tell him, I go, hey, what do you need? He goes, oh, no. He's like, I gotta ask you something. So what's up? So we think of this Bell Reid drama. I said, what drama? Bell said what he said. Andy Reid said, good luck in your future endeavors, like Vince McMahon tells everybody else when he fires him from WWE. Okay? I go, what drama? There ain't no drama. This is what it is. This is, what, it's boring in the sports world on a Tuesday, so let's hope Andy Reid says, you know what, I don't know why you would say that. He's being a friggin' baby back bitch about it. No.
Fuck it.
No, why?
Well, why? Wherever Le'Veon Bell goes, he's not going to... What
Le'Veon Bell has to realize is this. He has to understand...
His doctor.
What he has to understand is the hate is not on him.
It's his choices, bro.
It's the choices you made.
And listening to your stupid fucking goddamn agent.
Okay?
Fire his ass if I were you.
Like, the issues are with Bell is that you had all the talent in the world. You got greedy. Okay, let's call it what it is. You got greedy.
You want to get paid like a running back and a receiver.
You want to get paid for two positions, you play one. Okay, should Pittsburgh have met in the middle? Yes. I'm not saying Pittsburgh's right. I'm not saying Bell's right. I'm not saying Pittsburgh's wrong. I'm not saying Bell's wrong. But again, for the millionth time that I've had to discuss this, so why not make it 1,000,001 times? Okay? Bottom line is this. They should have met in the middle and came up with some arrangement. Bell would still be a Steeler today. But no.
And he'd be putting up over 1,000 every year.
But Bell's choices led to what Bell's career is now, and that is non-existent. Okay. See, for Le'Veon Bell to become relevant again, he's going to have to go to a team that's not winning, that he could help win.
Exactly.
He's got to go to a team where he has to be the number one guy, because not because of the name, but because there's no other choice.
And what team would that be?
And where he could have done that, honestly, is Jacksonville. Before they had that James Robinson kid, who now, honestly, he's the solidified number one back. And now they got Travis Etienne. So that's out. So now, you want to know where you go?
Home.
You want to know where Le'Veon goes? And has to tuck his tail between his legs?
Back.
Got to go back to Pittsburgh and say, hey, Colbert, Rooney's,
I'll take it.
Tomlin, you guys treated me like family, and I screwed you. I got greedy. So guess what? I'm here, hat in hand. I know I'm not going to be the number one. It's going to be Najee. But hey, maybe I can help Najee out here and there. We could take some of the pressure off Najee, and we can go get the 7th ring for Ben. And
that would be like the perfect fucking
and what people
thing.
don't get is this: the 7th ring, if it happens, isn't just about Ben. I get it's coincidental because
no, it's about Juju.
Because
The
Ben
youngest.
wears number 7, it would put us past Tom Brady in New England. Okay, I get all that. All right, but it's just not about Ben.
It's about Juju.
I get. It's the perfect storyline to walk away. Ben could walk away. He's got the 7th Lombardi for for all us Steeler fans and for the Rooneys and for the city of Pittsburgh. It'll be the greatest thing ever. And he'll have his 3rd, and it'll solidify. Listen, even with or without the 3rd ring, Ben's already first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't care what you haters say. You could say no. You could debate me all you want, and I'm just going to bring out fact after fact after fact after fact.
No,
he as to why he is a first ballot Hall of Famer. Same reason why I will tell you that, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, that when Baker Mayfield's career is done, he will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Because for as much as I can't stand Baker Mayfield, his stupid little progressive commercials, his stupid little bullshit, and his stupid little hypomania,
every year he doesn't
and
prove.
everything else. But you want to know something? The kid's got all the tools in the bag to be something. The issue is, and it's not even him, it's the organization doesn't give him the right guidance to get there. See, if you had a real coach, not Stefanski, if they went and got the sexier name at coach, it's a different story.
Yeah.
Cleveland would have beat Kansas City last year. Cleveland would have went to the Super Bowl. I'm not saying Cleveland wins the Super Bowl, but Cleveland would have been there. And it's comical because somebody posted a picture of LeBron saying that this is for you, Cleveland. Like when they won, when Kyrie helped him win the championship.
When he shot the 3-pointer, yeah.
What happened after that? Oh yeah, he left you again. That's right, because that's what goats do, right? They leave. They give you what you want and then they leave.
Well, first I think first Kyrie left, and then LeBron left. He's like, fuck me, I can't do shit on my own. So he left, and
regardless. But who cares? He should have stayed.
he should have, could have, but he didn't.
You know what? He should have never left Cleveland to begin. I think if LeBron had never left Cleveland and did everything he's doing, but did it in Cleveland, I don't think
It would be a whole different story.
I don't think we're hating on. I see. We're not hating on. Again, this is what people have to understand within the sports media, because everybody goes, "Why all the hate on LeBron?" Everybody wants to see him fail.
Nobody wants to see anybody fail.
I don't want to see LeBron fail. What I want is the sports media and supposed knowledgeable sports people within the sports media or sports fans in general shut the hell up about comparing him to Jordan when he's not doing anything Jordan ever did.
None.
When you have 2 3-peats under your belt, when you have what Michael Jordan has, okay, then put LeBron in the debate. If LeBron never left Cleveland, he could be in the debate.
Look,
But simply because you had to
never left the
because you
Lakers.
had to team up with everybody else on other teams. That's not a GOAT. Kobe needed Shaq for the first 2, but he didn't need him for the 3 of them. He didn't need him. Well, actually, no. I think he's got 3 with Shaq.
3 with Shaq,
He has
2
3 with
without.
Shaq. He has 2 without.
Yep.
So he needed, but he didn't even need Shaq for the 3rd. He could have done it without Shaq.
He easily could have done it. He put the whole team on his shoulders. Him,
Okay.
It was what, Fisher.
But that's what a GOAT is. Kobe took less talented, out of their prime players, like a Paul Gasol and whoever else was on that Laker team, and they won it all because he took the team and said, "Hop on my back, I'm taking us there, and I'm getting us to the top." And he did it, and LeBron can't do it.
Suns. I mean the Spurs, right?
I've never seen LeBron ever in a blowout loss walk off the court either. I've never seen him do it.
LeBron?
That Kobe.
I was gonna say he just did it before.
Actually,
He just did it, dude.
I see him. He's over there. He's walking. And there's Clint over there diving for a foul ball that's in the stands already. Stop it! But yeah, it's it's.
And you got Stanton train.
Oh my God! Oh yes. So we have to get into this because we have like 20 minutes
I'm
left.
training my body to be in the outfield, to
So-
play the outfield.
okay.
Okay, buddy.
All right, I think I'm gonna add Giancarlo Stanton on this too, right? Don't play the outfield. Don't, because the Aflac duck ain't gonna be out there to save your ass.
No, please don't.
You are an insurance liability in left field. You have all the power in that bat, and you ain't doing shit with it.
Nothing, bro.
You know, at the biggest times when we need the biggest hit out of you, you can't do it, and then you'll hit one when it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Okay.
We'll be down 10-0. He'll hit a solo.
And,
All right, cool.
And for all those Gary Sanchez bashers,
Look what he's doing now.
where are you? And people could say, well, you've bashed Sanchez. I have. And I'll admit I have. But I never said to trade him.
No,
You all did.
I never said to trade him either.
You all said to trade Gary Sanchez. I, for one, have always believed in Gary Sanchez. So, now,
Gary motherfucking Sanchez.
again, what do you do when Cole's pitching and Sanchez is doing what Sanchez is doing, and that's tearing the cover off the ball? The third home run in 5 games.
Either-
How do you go wrong?
Either he
No,
catches
what
or
they did-
he DHs. I don't know.
That's what they've kind of been doing. Is when Hichikawa is catching Cole, Sanchez will DH or come in later in the game and DH, then he'll catch or he won't catch, because if you take Sanchez, make him the DH, and then take Hichikawa out, the rule is now in MLB the pitcher now has to hit.
Yep.
And somebody posted, I forget where it was, it might have been on Twitter, how to fix the problem in baseball. Because it's a widespread problem in a lot of different areas. One is this no salary capital luxury tax. So this is what you do. $200 million across the board. It puts an end to these ridiculous contracts that half these guys don't deserve. It makes it easier for you to get out from underneath these contracts. Okay? 2 is the universal DH. Because, not for nothing, I'm not going to pay top dollar to watch Garrett Cole swing a bat and strike out when he's just standing.
Guys, you
Got the door or not?
No,
All right,
we're
because I'm
good.
kind of close.
because he's close to you. It's okay.
You guys are good.
You're not going to open the door?
No.
Oh, okay.
You guys are good.
Okay.
No problem. So, as I was saying, I'm not paying top dollar to see Garrett Cole sit there and
Exactly.
do this. Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3. If I want to see that, I'll go watch friggin' Little League.
Yeah,
Okay.
universal DH, I would definitely all around the league. National,
Okay.
American.
And then get rid of the luxury tax because you don't need it. See, a lot of these teams are afraid to go over the luxury tax because then you got to pay whatever
Yep,
percentage
on
on
top of
top of
that.
what you went over. Okay. That's what's stopping the Yankees from getting guys. It didn't stop George, but it's stopping Hal.
Hey, it's got to go from the top down. They got to spend money.
But Cashman's out there. Listen, he backs Aaron Boone. Okay, I get. Listen, when Aaron Boone flips out, it creates a spark, and then the Yankees win. I understand it, but how often do I need to see it though? I don't. That shouldn't create a spark. You should have the sense of urgency from the start of the game to play to win.
Exactly.
Like look at Urshela yesterday. Friggin' wood splinters getting his eye. He didn't
still
come out of the game, and guess what? Won the bitch.
Won the bitch.
Won the bitch.
Gio.
Okay.
Yo, he's a hell of a third
I'm not
baseman,
saying
too.
the Yankees go out and trade for and I can't stand this and these people will remain nameless. But somebody posted on Facebook how we should get rid of Stanton and Judge. Judge isn't the problem. Stanton clogging the DH hole is a problem to me because you can't play him in the field because he's a liability. That one I'll give you if you can move the Stanton contract.
Why, Joe? Who's it? What the fuck?
All right. And then they went on to say that Trout should have been a Yankee from when the Yankees could have traded Judge for Mike Trout.
You see what Mike Trout's doing now?
Okay. Here's the thing. Let's say that happens. Let's say Cashman pulled the trigger on that. And Judge plays lights out the way Trout was before his injuries. And Trout comes here and he's playing like a bum. You're then saying, why did Cashman make the deal? So when Cashman doesn't make a deal, you hate him. When Cashman makes a deal and you don't like the deal, you hate him. Then when Cashman makes a deal and you like it and it pans out, then you love Brian Cashman, and you can't have it both ways.
The way I see it too, Judge is a way better fielder than fucking Mike Trout is. His arm is better. His arm is definitely better.
Well, when it comes to hitting, if Judge was, well, this leads to the other thing, and it goes back to umpiring. The strike zone can't be the same for Aaron Judge as it is for say
Altuve, you know?
it's a widespread problem not only for Judge but anybody that's Judge's height, and that's very far and few between.
He's got to swing out of the box. He's got to chase pitches. He doesn't have to chase.
It's
There's shit at his shin that they're calling a strike.
like, what was it, yesterday or Friday night in the Met game? Edwin Diaz comes in to close the game, and he throws this nasty pitch, and it catches like so like when they show you the replay of it from the box view and where it hits. So like this is the box, and it hits like right. So this is the line. And it's like right
just
here.
catched it.
It like just it's like one of those like if I was umpiring, it's a 50-50 call in my like do I give it to you? Do I not give it to you? If I give it, see now if I was the umpire and I said it's a strike, getting bashed. I call the ball, getting bashed. I'm not saying umpires are right or wrong. Well, most of the time that calls bullshit anyway.
Oh, a lot of times actually.
But my issue is that Edwin Diaz said that non-strike call was the change to the outcome of the game. You shouldn't let a bad call get in your head for your team to blow a game. You got to just tough it out and just go out there, bear down, and just do what you did at the previous batter, and just do it with this one. Get him out and call the game. You can't sit there and say, "Well, the umpire called it a ball, so now I can't do, so now I can't pitch right." You can't, you can't do that. You can't do. You can't let these umpires' bad calls get in your head.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether you're Edwin Diaz, Chapman, Garrett Cole, Jacob deGrom, Syndergaard, whoever's pitching, whatever team it is.
And Chapman better step it up a bit too, bro.
Well, Chapman's been. He's been. And look, I don't think. Listen, I had high hopes for the Yankees going into the season, but I can't deal with this. Okay, we sweep Toronto. We come home to play Oakland, lose, then win, then lose, then win. I can't. There's got to be consistency. And again, it starts from Hal letting Cashman make the moves he's got to make. It's as clear as day.
Has to spend the money, man.
That's what it comes down to. You have to be able to
open a checkbook.
You have to be able to open a checkbook. I'm not saying open a checkbook and give out blank checks and sign everybody and their mother. I'm not saying that because we don't need to do that. What I'm saying is, like Arizona
shortstop.
Arizona wants to get